Okay, so here we go. We got the picture, and let me give you a quick tour of some tools. Now, this is very complicated software. If you've ever used Photoshop, you'll recognize it's really similar, and maybe if you have experience, that's a huge advantage. But I'm assuming nobody's done this before, including me. I have barely used Photopea, so I'm kind of learning along with you. Here we go. So you open the photo again, File, Open, and go find the folder and get practice edit number 1. Okay. Now, here's a quick tour. You have menu options at the top, and you have tools on the left. And over here on the right are other information to help you know what you're doing, what you're working on, to understand what's happening in the photo. Okay. And make sure yours is set. Should be defaulted to layers. Okay, right there. Click on layers, not channels, not paths, just layers. Okay. Now, this right here is a landscape photo. And the question about editing is really about what do you want it to do? How do you improve a photo and get the results you want, right? And so what does improve mean? Well, with each genre, with landscape versus portrait versus black and white, you usually are doing different types of editing. And with each genre, there's certain things that you always do that make a good landscape or a good portrait, and there's certain things that you can choose to do because it's just the style or the thing you're working on, right? Now, so there's basic editing for what's generally considered good photography, and then there's editing for artistic expression, right? And you're making your own style in photography. So first things first, when I look at a landscape photo, the first thing I always do before I really decide how I want to change it is I check the horizon line. Here's the horizon line, and I want to make it level. That's a little complex in Photopea to level a photo. This is the only way I know. Maybe we'll find an easier way later. But you go like this. First, you go to File, Edit, and go to Free Transform. And click that. And then what you're doing is you're choosing a tool to manipulate your photo with. It's a transform tool. Okay, and then these grabber pins are there. And I don't want to grab them yet, but instead move my mouse off to the side till it gets a double arrow like that. Okay, and I'm going to rotate the picture ever so slightly until it looks like the horizon is perfectly flat. And I'm hoping that's it right there. Then I let go. And there I have it. And I'm just trying to judge this line against the black edge up here, all right, not the white. And I think that looks level. And so to finish moving it and finish that adjustment, I can hit return on the keyboard, or you click the check mark, okay? And I hit check, okay? And there it goes. So now it stays like that for a moment. But now I've moved the photo and it's like the edges on the sides are all off kilter and showing the background. That little dotted checkerboard background is showing you that the photo has been rotated a little bit, and we got to straighten up the edges now. So we're going to do that with a crop tool. All right. And that's this one right here. You've seen this probably in Google too. You can crop photos in Google, slideshows and documents and so on. So we click that tool, and now I select the part of the photo I want to keep. So I'm going to start up here and drag over the whole photo. And then before letting go, make sure I'm not keeping any of those white areas in the sides and corners. All right, and I think I got as much of the photo as I can get. And I let go. And see the pins are kind of showing. You can readjust it if you want. And then hit return or that check mark. And now I've cropped the edges. Okay.